The vast bulk of men in this world are of little worth. They are not intrinsically evil. They simply lack genuine ambition and motivation to improve. It is critical for guys to have some measure of self-esteem. And if you feel as though your time on Earth is being squandered, it may be time to alter your route. Many people are unaware of how they ended up in difficult situations. They simply wake up feeling like failures one day and have no idea how they got there. The truth is that people develop certain behaviors and mindsets over time. These behaviors are correctable. If you're prepared to put in the work, you should be aware that one of the simplest ways to lose value is to perpetuate negative behavior patterns or to do nothing. When you believe you've made a mistake, the way a man reacts to it defines his character. You can either continue making the same errors or correct them and attempt a different conclusion. Low-value guys rarely better themselves because they are comfortable with surviving rather than taking control of their life. They simply go with the flow. Regrettably, these men will always be used because they allow it to happen. Consider the following 8 characteristics of a low-value man. Number 1. He is unmotivated or slothful. Laziness is arguably the most defining characteristic of a low-value man. Generally, lazy men make little attempt to better their physical, financial, or intellectual well-being. Men who are the most slothful moan about having to do things rather than taking action to make them happen. Their lack of motivation keeps them from taking meaningful action that would enrich their lives. Low-value men typically spend the most of their time on social media, playing video games, or watching television. Rather than attempting to improve their condition, they would rather engage in activities that provide temporary pleasure. Additionally, they lack the motivation to pursue their life goals. They never take risks and choose a routine existence over chasing their dreams. There is nothing wrong with having fun, but only when you are still improving yourself. Number 2. He lacks direction and ambition for the future. Low monetary value men do not plan their life out in the long run. They go about their daily lives and let life to happen to them. They do not take the time to reflect on where they want to be in 5 or 10 years. Additionally, they fail to make objectives for themselves since they never intend to stick to them. Without long-term goals, a man is similar to a ship without a compass. He has no idea the course he is meant to go in the absence of any guiding ideas. He'll hunt for external elements that can sway his judgment. This is why low-value males are incapable of being self-sufficient and having a meaningful existence. Number 3. He possesses a low level of emotional intelligence. Low monetary value typically, men lack understanding of their own and others' emotions. They lack empathy and attempt to repress their feelings in order to appear more manly. Men who lack emotional awareness frequently have interpersonal difficulties. They lack the ability to interact effectively with others and become too defensive. When someone initiates a conversation about them, emotions run high for everyone, but particularly for men. As a result, you should understand how to manage your own. A low-value individual is incapable of expressing himself or connecting with others, which gives them the appearance of being cold and callous. They lack the ability to deal with their problems and have bottled them up until they become unmanageable. Number 4. He is a subservient individual. Submissiveness is a prevalent feature among low-value males. They delegate decision-making to others and blindly obey orders. With time, this self-destructive practice can result in sadness, anxiety, addiction, and other mental health complications. Individuals who lack self-esteem frequently feel victimized and begin blaming others for their issues. They allow others to control and influence their life, which can be interpreted as a lack of self-confidence on the part of a low-value man who would prefer please others than himself. Thus, they can feel a sense of belonging. They avoid saying no because it makes them appear unprofessional in front of other people. Even if the task at hand is unethical or damaging, they lack the confidence and boldness necessary to voice their opposition. Rather than stating their minds, they would rather remain silent and follow everyone's example until they are told what to do. Number 5. He have a large ego yet a low self-esteem. Low monetary worth. Men typically have an inflated ego and regard themselves highly, but they have low self-esteem and lack the confidence to back it up. They attempt to compensate for their inadequacies with material possessions, as this provides them with a sense of worth and success. A man with an inflated ego believes he is superior to others, and is incapable of accepting criticism. He makes no attempt at self-improvement since he believes he already knows everything there is to know about life. They view those who achieve greater success than they do as a danger. They have difficulty becoming friends with those individuals because they believe it will make them appear weak in front of others. They are unaware, however, that this is simply a reflection of their own fears and self-doubt. Number 6. He is a woman's player. Man of little worth, he has a player mentality and views women as conquests and things. He would rarely date the same lady twice, as this would imply genuine affection for her, because low-value guys are incapable of loving anyone except themselves. He spent his time wooing other ladies rather than concentrating on his own life objectives. This mode of thought is associated with low self-esteem and a desire for validity. When he is rejected by others, he is unable to cope and begins blaming them for his troubles. He believes that women use him solely for sex and views them as disposable things rather as true human beings deserving of love and respect. Number 7. He possesses a frail male identity. A man lacking in self-esteem and confidence does not appreciate himself as a. He would go to great lengths to satisfy others in order to be liked by them. A man with poor self-esteem would continually seek external reinforcement since he is incapable of supporting himself. He was constantly seeking acceptance from others, and would do everything they requested simply to keep them around. He makes an attempt to win the approval of everyone, even if it means going against his own views and ideals. A man with a frail male identity would never confront someone out of fear of being perceived as harsh or disrespectful. Finally, he comes across as a softy and a doormat. Additionally, this type of man is docile, and he would never express an opinion or fight for his rights. He is constantly on the lookout for ways to avoid offending others, and will go to any length to avoid a confrontation. Additionally, he lacks self-esteem. Thus, he would blend in with the crowd in order to avoid standing out. A man with low self-esteem is extremely insecure about his identity as a person, since he does not appreciate his individuality and distinctiveness. Number 8. He believes he is entitled. A low-value man believes he is entitled to everything and deserves preferential treatment. He is self-centered and selfish since all of his thoughts are focused on himself and what others can do for him. He lives in a narcissistic world in which everything revolves around him and other people are mere extras in the film of his life. He would go to great lengths to obtain what he desires, even if it meant breaching ethical boundaries or causing harm to other people's feeds. He is unconcerned about anyone but himself, because he cannot fathom how taking responsibility for another's feelings would make him appear to be a better guy. This type of man is simply concerned with his own demands, and is unconcerned with the consequences of his actions. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And do share with your friends so we may continue to create them. To see more videos like this, subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Additionally, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.